How we doing, everybody? It's another beautiful day in the Cheesy Moon Workshop. This little video, I'm going to wrap up the wood handle on the Colonial Fish Knife. Now, I got a knife thickness planed down, and now I'm working on trying to get these flush with the back of the liner and the springs. The wood is soft, but not super soft. It's carving down pretty easy. I was able to flatten the handles down by just planing them down with the blade there. Unfortunately, in that process, I lost that dark stripe of grain in there. Sorry, I'm out of frame here a little bit. But this knife, it's now that I've carved out that stripe, it lost some of the character, and it looks pretty plain. And it's nice and smooth, but the stripe is just gone. And the same with the other side; it's kind of there still, but gone. And but I believe I have a plan for this knife. Future video, I have something in mind to dress it up and make it a little more attractive. And here, this is another example of some carving I've done with this old-timer knife. To say I've used it pretty extensively with broken tip and all. And for some reason, that broken tip, it just lends to some of the details. But that old knife, or this old knife here, it was the father-in-law's knife. I don't know that he carried it a lot. It was just in the dresser drawer. And they said, "Here, take this." Had a couple other knives, but it's doing a fine job on whittling this handle scales down. This has been pretty relaxing and enjoyable. And yeah, I'm doing a voiceover because the audio on this was terrible. Getting it planed down here, smooth with the liners, it's going pretty well. You get to the point where they serve as a guide and help guide you. And this is how the planing or smoothing, you just scrape the blade across. If you got a good, and I nicked in there and chipped a piece of wood out, but I think it'll be okay. I can live with that. It's better than it was. But just using the flat, and it shaves off these tiny little shavings. And you wouldn't think so, but you can reduce the thickness of a piece of wood very quickly by just planing it down. And that's smoother than any sandpaper will get it. I tell you, it's a lot of fun. And you can round these corners over. Right now they're really square. But just a few passes with the edge of that knife, and it'll round them over, make them nice and smooth. And I've got them pretty well lined up with the liners. I think I'm happy with where it's at right here. A little more smoothing and planing. Nice thing about that edge of that knife, if there's a rough spot, it'll find it and shave it right down. And you see here, I've rounded this side of the handle off, right? And this side's square, and you just cut that corner off. Follow it around. Very simple, very quick. You can see those little fine curls coming off of there, just like a wood plane. Good sharp knife will do that. Square edge, round it over. It doesn't take a lot of skill or special tools. A simple old pocket knife, or you can use a file. Just about anything can work with wood, and you get a nice smooth finish. The ends where it's round, they're kind of hard because it's going across the end grain. It's kind of hard to get them rounded off. And again, the wood's not super soft, but it's getting there. I'm going to ask y'all's opinion. I mean, maybe wood burning on this knife, maybe stain it a dark color. Let me know what you think. I know the wood would take a stain very well. It would probably look pretty amazing, some mahogany or red oak or something like that. But I also thought about doing like a cheesy moon wood burning or something on it. I am going to put the little badge back on it. What you see here is where the metal clips used to fit down in those little slots, but they're not there anymore. And but this old knife's got great snap. I mean, once I get some sandpaper in there and clean that inside out, it's going to look pretty nice. I'm just afraid if I leave it the light color that it's going to get stained up pretty easy. But then I could just call it patina, right? Heavy rust here. I got to get it cleaned off. I'm not going to do a whole lot to that blade. Just give it a light sanding to get rid of that rust, and then wipe it down with some Nevertol and call it done. Run a little bit of sandpaper down inside those liners. Get it cleaned up. Watch the snap on this knife is amazing. And good lockup or stiffness. Fits great in the hand. I have large hands, so it's one of the things I like about these large toothpick fishing knives. They call it a fish knife, but it's a toothpick. I'm sorry. Doesn't have the descaler on it, but I guess they call it a fillet knife. It is very sharp, even as rusty as it is. Okay, here I am, rough outlining of the badge installed. I have a lot of sanding around the edges to clean it up, and all the work was done with the old timer. So there you go, guys. Until I see you again, have yourselves a beautiful day.